Karthik, sorry, I have network issue. I was unable to hear you. Can you please come again?
Yes, I'm audible, right? Hello?
Yeah, you are audible now.
Yeah. See, the Angular code, how the flow will be there. In the Angular code, we have a TypeScripts. In the TypeScripts, we have written a lot of click event methods. For example, the respective button when do the on-click event will do, it will call the TypeScript method of on-click event, and then inside we have make a REST call. In the REST call should have method of get or post, whichever method is there.
So you mean that on-click method itself will have the REST call directly?
Yeah, inside the on-click, we have to return the make a REST call service. We have to make a REST call to send the request.
Okay, so do you know Angular flow? So how the Angular architecture will be, and then how the REST call will be invoked from Angular?
The rest, this Angular will be on the on top of the Node.js. In the Node.js, actually, each class have one HTML and then TypeScript file will be there.
No, I'm expecting the Angular components. What are the different Angular components and how the request response happens in Angular itself, not from the REST side. Only Angular part.
No, I didn't recollect that actually, that flow, Angular flow. Yeah.
So high level also you can't. Do you know observable in Angular? What is observable?
Yeah, observable. It is a Angular class. If any event is happening, it will keep watch. Whatever, if any specific event will be happen, it will be observed.
That is fine. So, what are the methods available in observable?
Methods in observable, right?
Yeah.
I'm able to remember that methods, observable methods.
So, do you know what is HTTP client in Angular?
Yeah, HTTP client. This particular class will used to make a REST call. This HTTP client used to make a REST call from Angular code.
But now you said on button click you are invoking REST call.
No, on the on click, once the on click method will go, again it will try to see the HTTP client class. That through the class we can invoke.
Oh, how it will reach just a HTTP client class? So where it is defined, HTTP client in which class?
HTTP client in Angular class.
Yeah. So where it will be defined? HTTP client is a class or variable?
HTTP client is the class.
So where it will be declared?
Through the TypeScript code. In TypeScript code we can declare.
So in which class? There will be like in Spring you will have MVC architecture. Similar to that in Angular also some specific components are there, right? So in which class will invoke the HTTP client?
Yeah, in configuration class, we have to map this HTTP client in configuration class.
So do we have configuration in Angular?
Yeah.
Where will be? What is the name of the configuration class in Angular?
Configuration class. No, I'm unable to remember that configuration class.
So what is the difference between Angular and React?
Actually, Angular it's developed by Google. React is developed by Facebook. Actually,
I don't need those information. I want code difference in coding part, technical.
Yeah,
not the functional part.
The Angular internally have a TypeScript code and HTML code and CSS code. Each component, Angular is a component based. Each component have a TypeScript, HTML, and CSS. In React, it will be it equal to Java classes. You
Java
can,
classes.
no, it's similar to Java class only. The React. It also have components. View.
So React is similar to Java class, you are saying?
Yeah, it's internally convert to Java and then it will do this.
So are they converting this internally to Java?
Yeah, this.
So how long you worked on React JS?
React, around 5 months I worked. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Okay, so what are the different design patterns available in microservices? Can you switch on to the camera?
Okay.
Yeah.
Audible? Hello?
Yeah. Yes, you were audible.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what I asked is, what are different design patterns available in microservices?
Yeah, the microservice design patterns like it's have service discovery pattern and then circuit breaker pattern and then it's have Spring Cloud bus pattern is there. These are all the microservice patterns.
Spring Cloud was pattern. Okay. Uh, so, do you have idea about okay? What is Saga design pattern in microservices?
Sorry?
Saga.
Saga design pattern, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, Saga design pattern, no, I'm not remember.
Okay, let me actually what I have to. Okay. So, how to define profiles in Spring Boot?
Yeah, actually, in application application.yaml file, you have to give the profile, dev profile or SIT prod, those profile details we have to give. During run the Spring Boot also we can mention the profile details.
Yeah, can you please give me the syntax how to write that? Yeah.
Java-jar profile.
I think you can share your screen and take a notepad. Yeah, you can write it. Okay.
Do you able to see my screen?
Yeah.
Well, start the Spring Boot. Okay, when I run the Spring Boot jar, we can mention that profile details like this.
What is the jar? I really don't know. So,
this is
Java
Spring Boot
test jar.
This is the Spring Boot jar. Actually, this is the actual application jar file, which is located in the target folder.
Okay, so what is meant by profile dev? How it will resolve what is profile dev? So where it will go?
This will go to the application ML and then based on the profile dev or SIT, it will pick that particular configurations.
Yeah, so how the configuration file will look like in case of dev, for example?
Yeah, the configuration file look like it will be
Yeah. Can you please give me your contact number, Karthik?
sorry
I cannot find it. What is your contact number?
8197
8197. Okay.
890
890
177.
177. Okay. So 12.6 years experience.
Yeah, 12.5. Yeah, 12.5. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Yeah, sure. You could continue. Karthik.
Yeah, actually, in the application YAML, each set of block, there is one header will be there that will have the profile identifier like dev, SIT, UT kind of things. Based on that, it will execute.
Okay. Oh, I'm not getting you. So, okay, so all the profiles will be there in the same configuration, or all are in different configuration files? How it will be?
Yes, same configuration. Each will have the root level will be some identifier will be there. Like dev, SIT, UT, prod kind of
So,
thing.
for each profile, you mean host is different?
Host might be same, but profile will be different. It will be dev or it might be SIT. So one more block will be there.
So, how to configure multiple data sources in Spring Boot? I want to interact with, for example, MySQL and SQL both at a time.
Yeah, there is one annotation in the Spring Boot. In the annotations, we can mention which is primary, which is secondary. So suppose I want to use MongoDB primary, I can able to make that annotation. That top of that code, it's a primary one. Another one, DB is a secondary one.
That is fine. I don't need primary or secondary. I just need the configuration. How it will interact with the multiple databases. Can you please give me the syntax for that?
Mm-hmm. It could be similar like this.
What was this? Configuration secondary, configuration primary. So where you are defining this? What is this primary and secondary?
Yeah, actually, if two databases is there, if you mention it will be throw error. Two connections, right? So always it will load the primary one whenever whenever it required. It will call the secondary one databases.
I want the entire flow. How will it resolve that? Like, are you using Spring Data JPA or what is the backend technology you are using here?
Spring Data JPA, we have to mention in application YAML file.
Okay, so
The
in
host
that
code.
case, there will be ambiguity with the entity. So how it will identify the entity? Like this entity is for MongoDB and this entity is for MySQL.
Yeah, yeah. So we have a Spring Data JPA, and the prefix will be there, like the HTTP connection have one prefix, right? Based on that, it will identify.
What is that connection? I didn't get you.
No, in application YAML, the name like MongoDB dot Spring Data JPA. Each property have one prefix, right? This prefix we have to give inside some annotations. This MongoDB or MySQL, based on that it will select.
What is this port? Why do I need the port? I am asking you about this is Tomcat port you are giving me. I am asking you about data source details. How it will interact with the database.
No, just a sample I gave here. It might be different also. Each connection have the prefix, right? The prefix we have to give in the annotation.
What is that prefix? I'm not getting exactly what is that prefix.
This
Okay, fine.
MongoDB is the prefix one. MySQL is the this connections prefix, right?
Yeah, fine. Okay, okay, fine. Let me. I want. So, do you know what is health check in Spring Boot? How to find out the health status of the service?
Yeah, in the endpoint we have to give localhost 8080/health. So it will go and hit the endpoint and it will check whether service is up and run or not.
So, how to configure health check endpoint in configuration file?
Spring tools Spring tools have that mechanism to configure the health check.
Okay. Do you know syntax? Can you give me the syntax for health check, enabling the health check endpoint?
Health check endpoint, we have to give like health check true we have to give.
Okay. Fine. Okay. So, what are the databases you are working on?
MongoDB I'm working on.
So, in MongoDB, how to fetch the child objects?
Actually, child object will no, it will fetch off the entire object in the MongoDB. There is no child object. It's a collection. It's
Okay,
each record have a.
For example, I have. I have relations, right? For example, I have one database, primary key, foreign key relationships is there with other tables. I need to fetch the data from subtables as well. So how it will happen in MongoDB?
No, MongoDB don't have any relation. Each data have a separate collection. It will store as a JSON like this.
Okay. So then if I want to get entire data, so how do you get that data? So what is the procedure for that?
Find
Syntax.
all. We have to make the repository. In the repository, you have to put a find all interface, right? Through the find all, we will get. Like we have a DAO dot find all. It will fetch all the records in the particular collection.
So what is the purpose of NoSQL database? Why do we need to go for NoSQL?
Yeah, NoSQL database. Anyhow, in the REST service world, everything will be JSON response, right? This NoSQL always store in the JSON structure only. So no need to do any intermediate typecasting. Whatever is stored, I will get back and return back to the client. But in a normal
Is
or
that the only?
sorry.
Tell me.
Suppose normal RDBMS, we can go if your application is more sensitive, like it should not do any partial data should store. Your entire data should be to transactions, then we can go for RDBMS. But even if you have any failure in the request, but partial data we can store in the MongoDB. So in that case, we can go for MongoDB.
Okay. So is that the only purpose of NoSQL or any other purpose is there why NoSQL came into picture? Even though SQL is there already.
Actually, if you have in modern data world, everything will be unstructured, right? We can't predetermine this is the data I will look. It will be any structure we can receive. So those cases we can use for MongoDB. One record might be two field, again same collection, another extra field will come. So it will be easy to unstructured data can store that MongoDB.
Okay, so then that is fine. Can you give me the query to fetch the third maximum salary from employee?
SQL query you want?
Yeah, third maximum salary from employee.
Third maximum salary.
So are you done with third, Karthik? Or still you are trying?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Okay.
We have done.
Okay, fine. Okay. Done then. Where I minus 3? What is I minus 3?
Actually, the salary column maximum of the salary column I'm storing in I variable. From that I, whichever third one I'm trying to take.
Max salary you are saying storing in I. Okay, fine. Yeah, okay, Karthik, I'm done with the interview. Do you have any queries?
No, I don't have any queries. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye bye.